Hello. I hope everybody's doing well today. I just wanted to pop in and give you a summary of what my first meeting was like today, having returned to WW. I did do a Zoom with people that I didn't know. I've done Zoom before many times. Through the pandemic, I was doing 5 a day. It really got me through. I didn't lose any weight, but it kept me social. Pardon me. Sebastian is about to walk through the camera because somehow he knows I'm making a video. Anyway, I met so many wonderful people through that time. Absolutely the nicest people. I was doing, then they didn't have the virtual Zoom that they have now. It was Zoom based on studios that became Zoom meetings. And I was on meetings in different states, meetings in my area, and I did become quite friendly with the coaches in my studio, 2 of which are not there anymore, and one that I consider a friend, which is Michelle. And she got me through, I have to share with you, more than just the virus. She got me through a very terrible month with one of my sons who was in the hospital, and it was during a time when I couldn't go into the hospital, and he went through the ER, and it was really a very scary time, which I'm sure most people could relate to, you know. And Michelle took it upon herself to check in with me. We are friends on Facebook, and she would message me and say, you know, give yourself that half hour, come into the meeting. And every day I went into the meeting, whatever meeting she happened to be doing, and from whatever studio, and she would also check in to make sure I was okay. And I think that's why I really consider her a friend, because she really, to me, a kind human being, a caring person, much further than a job. And I have nothing but good things to say. So I'm going to be happy to be back with Michelle in meetings. She does Zoom. She does them in my local studio. So I'm really looking forward to that. But back to what this meeting was about today. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the coach and the person who assisted her very much. Very bubbly people, very excited people. It was really very invigorating. And the interesting thing is, Kim, if you're watching this, you're going to relate to this, because this will make the 3rd person in this year, I'll say, okay, that I found out really loves the 21st of September. Because she started off the meeting by saying, what gets you moving and grooving? And when I heard her say that is like her, if she hears that song, the world stops because she has to start dancing. And I truly feel that same way about that song. And I know that Kim really likes that song too. So I found that really interesting. And what we talked about, I guess this month's theme is flexibility. The more flexible you are, the easier things should become for you, for me, for all of us in life. We all have stress, and stress can really kill you. And it's all about how we deal with, the topic was control. Do we feel in control? What happens when we don't feel in control? What are good tools to have in your tool bag to be able to handle when you don't feel in control? And the more flexible we are, I guess, for myself anyway, the easier it becomes to deal with days when you wake up and you're feeling totally that your life is not in your control. They did ask the question, and most people responded that they feel in control of their lives 75% of the time. I realistically, for me, think that most days it's 50%. Most times it's 50% of the time for me. And I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, but I have obligations, and I've made commitments, and that means giving away a lot of control over what I do day to day, obviously. I still have a lot of freedom, I feel, because I am no longer working a career job. But for me, I feel with the commitments that I have in my life now, it's 50%, which I'm comfortable with. I am not concerned or stressed about that. Now, if I were stressed about that, what are some ways that I would be able to handle that and to get myself through it without binge eating at night? Because for me, that's what I do. I don't know what you do. Everybody is different. But in my life, in my world, if things are not going well, I'm looking to binge. Things that are, as I've said many times before, fake butter and American bread. I don't even eat American bread, but I will go for that at night. It's just madness. I'll call it my own madness, speaking for myself. So what would be a better way to handle that stress? Trying to focus in on the positive, making a list about what is good, what I am in control of, to focus my attention in that direction, which while they were discussing this, it brought me back to the video that I made a little while ago now about, are you on a diet? Is your mentality focusing on a diet, or is it focusing on health? And the word die in diet and the word heal in health. And we went down the list in the video. I'm not going to do that again now. I could certainly link it into this description box of this video in case anybody's interested and hasn't seen it. But it really brings me back to that, because it's where is our focus in terms of how we're approaching our weight loss journey. What is going on in our head? Because again, I always say, to me, if this part isn't in it, it doesn't matter. You can give me the best diet in the world, if you want to call it a diet. I'm not going to do it. I may do it for a day or two, and then I'm just not going to do it. I've tried many, many times with Weight Watchers. I've been a member since October 2017. I left this past December. So there are many reasons why it didn't work. And in retrospect now, I'm in a different place than I was, thankfully, a year ago soon. So I can make the best use of this program, because now I'm ready for this program. And I'll be bringing other tools that I took from Nutrisystem with me into it that will help me be more successful here. And so anyway, getting back to the flexibility part and how you think and what you focus on. So if we focus on what's positive, if we can, because some days, we're not talking about a crisis situation now. We're talking about day-to-day type of feeling like you're not in control. Because let's face it, if you're a soccer mom out there, or you're a middle-aged woman who has kids in college and you're racing around, you're trying to, you're working, because as we go further into motherhood and being a wife, we kind of lose our battery power, so to speak. I am certainly not the woman that I was when I had young children. That much more life has passed, so you don't have that stamina emotionally, I want to say, in the way you may have had when you were younger. So in any event, the technique is how much control do you have over your life? And that's really what was discussed. And then the fast facts are, number one, you have no control. You're very stressed and less motivated to eat in a healthy way, let's say, or to maintain your diet plan, whatever it may be, because this applies to anything that you're trying to do to get healthy. It's not just because you're on Weight Watchers. It, to me, is life in general. How we deal with it, the more flexible we are, the easier it will be for us. And that's not easy to learn how to do. But the teaching point, or the teaching moment to me, was when the coach said, when we focus on what we do have control over, as opposed to sitting there and feeling, when we get overwhelmed, if we could try to grab onto something that we do feel we have control over. For instance, if you plan to work out today and suddenly you can't do that workout, you're very upset, because working out makes you feel better and it's something that you're trying to do consistently, and now something happens that has nothing to do with you, and you're looking forward to it. So maybe take a walk instead. Get some steps in. At least clear your head that way, even if it's for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, if you can't get in your workout at the gym, which does happen, or you forgot your lunch. Now what do? Oh my God. Everybody by now knows that I pack everything and I go. And if I don't pack now, that happened to me the other day. Case in point, I also decided that I did not want to have grapes when I went into the truck stop. I decided that I wanted something sweet. I did go around and see what my choices were. I looked at the calories and all that good stuff of the fast food places, and I said, no, I don't. But I did want something that I technically knew was not nutritionally good, and I just made that bad choice for myself. But I made the choice, so I got the Nutri-Grain bar, excuse me. But let's say I couldn't have the grapes. So being flexible and being able to get yourself around those situations give you a better result for yourself and help you to stay in your healthy mindset to keep yourself going in your weight loss journey. That's how I understood it to be. If you do that, it will help you to be happier and more motivated to keep on going. Because why? Okay, so you took the walk, but at least it wasn't the workout, but the walk at least made you feel a little bit better, and that you could also say to yourself now, well, it wasn't a total loss. I didn't get my workout in, but I did do this. And then you can focus on that, what you were able to do, and positivity comes back to you from that, and you feel better, and it keeps you more motivated, as opposed to you didn't do anything. So they were discussing making lists. I don't know that I'm a list person, that I'm going to actually sit down, I am a big pen and paper person, but just the general mindset, I think for me, I took from it is to try to think of something as an alternative if things are not going well for whatever the reason that day, to try to give yourself choices. Some choices with, again, not in a crisis situation, just in a day-to-day, you're working, you're stressed, what have you. Recognizing what you can and cannot control and shifting your thoughts toward what you can control, shifting your focus, your mindset. And that should lead us, all of us, to being happier and more motivated. And that was basically what it was all about. So I did enjoy this meeting today, and I plan to do these little short videos. It's not really so short now. It's already over 13 minutes, but also thinking about what is making you anxious. Sometimes we just feel totally stressed and we're not really realizing why. We're not, because we're so in the middle of this very nebulous, like in a cloud, a dark cloud, that we aren't so out of focus in what's really happening to us internally that we're not realizing why we're anxious. So it is good to maybe take some time for us to take time to think about why we might be anxious, so that we can have a better understanding and try to maybe find better ways to deal with that, outlets. So then we were asked to set a goal. They always do that at the end, and they use an acronym called STAR. And it is specific, when, where, how long, and what time of day. If it even, if you're going to go for a walk, well, what time are you going to go for a walk? Which days of the week you're going to go, how long you're going to go, type of thing. And then make sure that the goal is truly doable for yourself, for ourselves. It's important that we actually can accomplish this goal, that it's not too high up here, that it's going to become so difficult to try to do it that we're going to really just not do it at all. And relevant to what it is that you want to accomplish. For me, this week, I need to work on steps. I'm wishy-washy this week with my last week with my steps. So that's what I'm going to try and do more consistently for myself this week. And that, I think, it definitely is relevant. It's definitely doable. There's no excuses. And I already know all the what, when, where, how, and all that good stuff. So anyway, thank you for watching this video. I do plan to make them once a week. My weigh-in was 131.6. So I am not 129, but I'm doing well. To me, I'm in maintenance, and if I go within the 3-pound range at this point, I'm good from 129. I'm not going to really be obsessed about it, but I am going to be very careful, because this is not a time to say, oh, whoa, you know, we did it. No, this is a time to be focused and paying attention to what I'm doing and making sure I'm tracking and I'm eating nutritionally sound foods. That's very important to me. And so we'll see. We'll take it from here, and we'll keep going. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate you very much. It's really wonderful that anybody takes any minutes out of their very busy day to pay attention to what I'm saying in a video. But thank you, and I look forward to making another one. Bye now.